before, and I've said to men, stop approaching women. Stop it.
I agree.
2023. Stop it. Stop approaching women. Do not go up to them. When you go outside, do not entertain them. A woman, see, women can let you know if they're interested in you. I don't believe in that one when a woman's walking past, you should just try to grab. First of all, never touch a woman that's not your woman. Don't even touch her.
True.
First of all, yeah, well, 2023. This is how you catch a case, right? No, I'm like, what is my advice going to be to men and young men, especially at work? I've said before, do not speak to no women at work, because what Pearl proved is, what one man is creepy, but another man actually is not so creepy, right? It comes to trust, right? No, but so if a guy moves to you at work and you don't like him, it becomes workplace misconduct. But if you find him cute, you're not complaining.
I think that it's 100% the women's fault, 100%, because it's like, all right. You put a piece of meat in front of a tiger, you can't be mad he ate it. You put the piece of meat right in front of him. Now, I know everyone will say, Pearl, don't compare women to meat. But I will. And I just did. Now, yeah, because men are in control of relationships. Women are in control of sex. So we pick who we sleep with, men who pick who they wife.
All my life, I've been complaining that no guys like me. Sorry, let me rephrase. No guy that I liked me back. Okay, but tell me why I finally found a guy who liked me back. Which, okay, wait. I met this guy who I thought was attractive, right? And he also thought I was attractive. And then so I got his IG, and we went on, like, dates. Cody's here with me, so... It went really well. The dates went really well. We went on, like, several, too. But tell me why I didn't feel anything. What is wrong with me? Like, what is wrong with me, Cody? I finally found a guy that liked me back, and I don't like him. Recently learned about, like, attachment styles, and I think I found out that I am a fearful avoidant. A fearful avoidant is when you want intimacy, but you fear it. But, like, a lot of my friends tell me that I just, like, haven't found the right guy. It's okay, guys. I don't believe in love anyways, so I am happily single. I couldn't be any happier. Yeah!
What a cope at the end. The guy obviously wasn't toxic enough to keep her on a string. Or he's an introverted chill dude that doesn't want to entertain a woman, as many strong men aren't jesters as women expect. Most women I meet can barely hold a conversation, have no hobbies, and lack critical thinking. What is there to talk about? On top of that, many women think men should entertain them 24/7, or they lose interest. But hey, she's happily single, right?
What's your biggest pet peeve when it comes on to texting?
If I don't text her back fast enough, she will say, "Who are you texting?" And that's my pet peeve, because I'm fucking doing something that I'm busy with, so that's my pet peeve.
Do you think that's like an insecurity, or where could that stem from?
No, I'm just like, can I cuss?
Say anything you want to.
I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm number one priority. Period. Point blank.
But she also wants me to pay for everything, so...
You're his number one priority, or you believe you should be. What number priority is she actually in reality?
Two.
She's in the top three. She's in the top three. She's at least... Yeah. No, you're in the top... What do you mean? You said two. That's in the fucking middle of 1, 2, and 3.
So I would be 3?
I got a mom.
Yeah, mom is 1. That's fine.
Yeah, mom is 1.
Until marriage, which is appropriate.
I'm not married yet.
That's what I'm saying. That's fine, but why would you say top 3? I'm number 2.
Okay, she's number 2.
Period.
You can tell this guy is completely exhausted from this controlling, manipulating woman. He's over it. Anyone who's been in a relationship like that knows it's hard to get away from a crazy like that, but worth it in the end. They will suck you dry. And I don't mean that in a good way. Of your emotion, time, and energy. Just walk away, guys. It is not worth sacrificing your freedom and peace of mind.
Guys, I need you to forward this to all the women in your life. Ladies, bear with me. One thing that I had to learn about men is that when they are listening to your story, they want the point first. For example, John got fired from work today because he got caught laundering $1 million. Versus, oh my gosh, you know what happened to John today? Because then the time that we go from here, we lost him. This technique guarantees that he's at least in for a good 5 to 10 minutes. He wants to know the drama. He just wants to get to the point. So give him the point first.
I think everyone is like this at times, but it's certainly more popular in women. I think this is great advice for anyone, though. Get to the point, use logic, not emotion, and move on. It really can be that simple.
My cousin, who is younger than me, is getting married today. Meanwhile, I have credit card debt. I am in a toxic situationship with one of my exes. Last week, I was so broke that instead of getting an Uber to the airport, I had a random guy from Hinge drive me. And this year, I have had chlamydia twice. So far. Happy wedding.
Why do they think it's a good idea to broadcast this online? Is it just for attention and likes? And people wonder why men aren't interested in dating. Good grief. Misery really does love company. It's video after video of women losing their minds, bragging about disgusting things, and literally broadcasting their baggage on 500 different social media. Focus on your hobbies and passions, bros.
I hate when men ask you on a date, and then as soon as you be like, oh, like, where are we gonna go? They'd be like, I don't know, up to you, wherever you wanna do. Bitch, you asked me on a date. Now you want me to plan it? You want me to open the doors too? You want me to fucking propose to you?
Two sides to every coin. Some guys are interested in seeing your idea of fun, or any ideas you might have. Although I agree, if you ask a girl out on the date, you should be the one to plan it, regardless of how much you plan to spend. This situation really changed between a relationship and dating itself. Show off your hobbies on a date. If she ain't into it, it's an easy pass.
Ladies, have you ever realized that the man that you're dating is the person in your life that you disrespect the most? You don't disrespect your parents because you want to keep your family. You don't disrespect your bosses or your coworkers because you want to keep your job. You don't even disrespect the friends who you talk shit about behind their backs because you want to keep the friendship. Yet you have no problem treating the man you claim to love as an emotional punching bag. Why is that? I can understand that in a relationship, there are going to be constructive times where you're forced to contend with each other. And this isn't to say that you don't also do good things for him or have some respect for him. But the next time you find yourself giving him the silent treatment, sarcastically agreeing with him when he tries to make a point to you, laughing off things that are serious to him as though he's ridiculous for taking them seriously, or turning the tables and making things about him when he's trying to make a request of you. Ask yourself if you would do this with any other person in your life or if you would be a more respectful adult. I've said it a million times before, men need respect way more than they need love. So if you want to see an immediate improvement in your relationship, eliminate the disrespect.
There's really nothing to add here. He hits the nail on the head on every point. Women will bow down to their corporate careers, but if their man asks them to do something or dress a certain way, they are controlling and manipulative or misogynist. Women can also get away with treating most men like trash, so they do. They know most men will simp to keep her around. It makes no sense until you see them single and alone in old age.
Women will go out here and let a nigga them raw without putting no ring on it, nothing. But you draw the line at making a sandwich for a man. What in the is going on?
Y'all, watch this.
Him to sit down there with me, but I didn't even ask him because he has a game. I don't really care, and I didn't know I was gonna be cold. You know, I would have wore more clothes, wore socks. I didn't know, but I didn't even want to wake you up because I knew he had a game. I don't care. That's the thing. I don't care.
See, and just for her doing that, that just shows you how much I appreciate her and how much she appreciates me and how much she values me as, you know what I'm saying? She knew I had a big game that morning, and she decided that she wanted me to sleep in my bed by myself and get some good sleep, and I really appreciate her.
But from now on,
bro, these are the literal type of dudes I be trying to tell y'all to stay away from. If you haven't seen that video, let me give you some backstory. So the girl in the video next to the guy, 5 hours to go see her boyfriend, to go visit her boyfriend at his college, I'm guessing. The whole controversy of the video came from the fact that in the middle of the night, someone came, one of the RAs came and was like, she can't be in there because visitation hours are up. I think the visitation hours were from 2 to 7. And apparently he had a big football game the next day. So my good sis did some ride or die shit and went to go sleep in her car in 45-degree weather. She said she was shivering, she was uncomfortable, and she didn't sleep. And the worst part is he physically walked her to the car, left her there, and then went back to his dorm. Then the next morning got up and went to his game. He let this girl sleep in a cold car outside of his dorm while he slept cozily in the bed. Basically, people were just saying oh, that's off, he should have went in the car or whatever. And then this is the apology video or him acknowledging what he did wrong, which I respect. But I don't know, to me the video was just very side-eye-ish for me. I don't know, it felt like he was more so clearing his name rather than being genuinely apologetic. But yeah, what do y'all think?
I mean, driving 5 hours, knowing these rules exist in the dorm isn't very bright, but we have to be real. This dude should have at least got her a hotel or snuck her in. Pretty weak on his part, but her plan should have been better. They both seem like dingbats at the end of the day, and the man should have known better than to invite her over before game day. They both seem goofy.
A guy told me my standards are too high, so I'm gonna tell you my preferences in men, and you can tell me if you think my standards are too high. Alright, so the first thing is I would not feel comfortable with my boyfriend having many female friends. I would not forbid him from having them, but I would not like the idea of him hanging out with them alone. So I would expect him not to do that. Then I think it's important that he does stuff for me, like holding the door open or carrying my bags. Not like that he has to carry my purse or something like that, but if we go shopping together and we have to carry groceries or stuff like that, I'd want him to carry that for me. This is just the way I was raised. Because if I were a guy and I had a girlfriend, I would never make her carry anything heavy. Never. So I expect that from my boyfriend. The next thing is I expect my boyfriend to be affectionate. I don't really like guys who are not in touch with their emotions, so I really expect him to be affectionate and be sweet to me and stuff like that, because I am a very affectionate person and I do like to give a lot of affection, but I also like receiving a lot of affection. So if he is like someone who doesn't like holding hands or like hugging a lot, stuff like that, this would not work out. I'd expect my boyfriend to tell me I'm pretty, and I'd expect him to give me compliments and stuff like that. I expect him to give me reassurance without me having to ask. And I think this should be like a basic standard every girl has, because I mean, of course, if you're with someone, you should know that they like you, obviously, but you just like, this is what a significant other is also for, to give you reassurance. And if you're like me, if you're anything like me, the only reassurance I really need and value or like think is true is their reassurance. So I think reassurance from a significant other is very important. And I have many girlfriends whose boyfriends don't tell them that they're pretty, like even once a week. If they're strangers that come up to you to give you compliments like randomly, why doesn't your boyfriend give you compliments at least once a week? This is completely free. And if you're anything like me, I would be all over him. I would be telling him he's handsome, he's pretty, he's a cutie, he's my pookie, everything for him. But if he can't even give you a compliment a week, I would dump him for sure. All right, I've been talking too long, but maybe I'll make a part 2 because they're small.
These are the demands of a very immature woman. These are things you'd expect to hear from a high schooler. All her expectations are extremely vain and trivial, as if she is simply looking for her Disney Prince Charming, regardless of what she brings to the table. You never hear her mention a single thing she'd do for him. It's all about vain compliments and carrying bags. The worst part is, this is probably the best of all the "a man needs this or that" for a relationship. It only gets worse from here.
So how do you know when a woman's about to say something smart?
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
When she starts by saying, "A man once told me."
Right, yep.
Haha, how many men does it take to open a beer?
None. It should already be open when you bring it to me.
Seems like a legit family if they can be that based and joke around with each other. I think that's one proud dad, and he's got a great family. Most women would get all worked up and emotional over a simple joke like this, calling her a pick-me and all kinds of other nonsense.
It broke my heart that I could never do it for him. I'll never forget the day we sat on our couch in the living room and he was like, "I just want to have a really honest conversation with you, and I just want you to tell me exactly what it is. Not this cute answer, not what you think I want to hear, none of that shit you've been telling me that you're working on it and it's just you and you in your head and all that. Like, for real." And I told him the truth. It's a disconnect. Like, I'm not naturally attracted to you in that way, and it's probably nothing that you could do about it. And his face, it was like, you remember Mortal Kombat when he would go in the chest and snatch the heart out? That's what I felt like I did. In this whole be honest with me, I was like, the man asked me for honesty and I gave it to him, but I don't think that that's what he was thinking I was going to say. And that was pretty much the beginning of the end of our relationship.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Then the weird part for us, that was when the whole open relationship dynamic was introduced, and almost as a means to save our relationship. And in the moment, I didn't think that that's what it was, but I later learned that that was like last-ditch effort and a really, really, really bad effort, because it pretty much tore us apart. I wish we had never.
The part that kills me about the double standard is that when women gain weight, physically their looks change. They don't feel like wearing the heels anymore. They don't feel like wearing the Spanx and putting on the sexy dress. I don't want to do makeup anymore. They still expect men to be physically attracted to them. They still feel like, well, you're my husband. You should take me with the good or the bad. And that's just part of getting old. This is what happens. That lady was married for 16 years. And you mean to tell me that you have lost complete attraction to your husband to the point to where that was enough for y'all to get a divorce? Now, I know a lot of women are going to say, well, you can't force someone to be attracted to you. You're absolutely correct. But the double standard of if a man no longer finds himself attracted to his wife because she's gained weight because of the baby, oh, he's wrong. She is getting older and she don't want to dress. She don't want to be sexy. She don't want to try to attract him anymore. I shouldn't have to do that. We've been together too long. You should just accept me for how I am. But this woman says, I am not attracted to you anymore. And there's probably nothing that you can do. I guarantee you the women in the comments are going to say, well, you can't force somebody to be attracted to somebody. The double standard is horrible. Now, this man goes on to introduce having an open marriage just to save his marriage, and that still wasn't good enough. This, to me, is confirmation that people forget what marriage is about. It's not about you being happy 24/7, 365. It's not about you getting what you want 24/7, 365. It is a commitment and a covenant that you made to make sure that you, your family, your children, and that husband all getting what they need and being honorable to God. At the end of the day, if you're not attracted to that man anymore, buy him some new clothes. Tell him you want him to work out. Change his haircut. But just to throw 16 years away is wild to me.
What she meant to say is that she found another man and needed to blame him for it. Of course, they turned to an open relationship. She simply wanted to sleep around. The chick is missing teeth and has the nerve to tell the man after a decade she's no longer attracted to him. The funny thing is, if a man says this to a woman, he's hunted down. Yet a woman says this to her husband of 16 years, they cheer her on in the comments section.
What do you think on feminism?
I don't support feminism.
Why not?
Because I think for a woman it's very important to be with a man. First of all, human is human. And second, I was born and raised in a country where women love men. And we respect them and we want to make their life happier, easier. And we love that, you know, like we love this feeling to make our men happy. And here's a big difference between European or Muslim. I'm totally fine with that cultures, but I don't know.
Why do you think the women here are so brainwashed and they don't think like that anymore?
American ones?
Yeah.
I think because they're like too strong. And to be honest, I really think that American guys are kind of scared of them. I don't know why, because they're too much independent. Like, I can open a door, I can do this. And I'm like, okay, baby, you can, you know?
I think it's time somebody digs deep into our culture and into our people to figure out what is going on upstairs with our women. Divorce is on the rise more than ever among Middle Easterns, whether they live in the Middle East or abroad. And just like we saw among westernized countries like America, when the women became independent is when the family structures collapsed. They collapsed to the point where now women are waking up and saying, you know what? I want a home again. I want my kids to have a healthy home. Well, the Middle Easterns are not there. We are at the point where we are collapsing because not only are women independent asking for a divorce, but we also have culture shock. A lot of our women are extremely spoiled. Yes, I said it. A lot of our women are extremely spoiled and the men cannot keep up. What is happening with our women?
Thing about America that you just do not like compared to India.
Culture things, yeah, like family culture, the marriage, the relationship wise. In India, we love somebody, we try to live and marry one person for lifetime. But in US, they change women or man like a cloth. We want to sacrifice. Yeah. We need something, we want to sacrifice. Yeah. But in this country, they don't sacrifice.
Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.